Hi everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the 48 Ford Police Coupe build. Well, I've got the engine and rad on, I got the chassis together, the wheels on. I got a rolling chassis, it does roll. I've got the white walls turned to the inside. Although I don't know if I've done something wrong, it's not mentioned in anybody else's video that's built this model. But the wheels are very loose and they just fall off. So I'll probably have to glue them in place. So I've got the doors and the part of the hood taped off that remains white, and I'm going to spray black Rust-Oleum 2X primer over the rest of the car now. Here's a shot of the interior with the dash and steering wheel installed. I'm mixing Future with the craft paint gloss black to spray the body. Well, I got the gloss black craft paint sprayed with the airbrush over the car and the hood, and I'm in the process now of just removing the masking on the sides. I got this side done. It's a little bit rough around the edges there. It's some difficult angles there to tape and to paint, but it seems to be coming along pretty well. I got the tape off. Came out pretty good. Maybe a little bit of touch up around the edges, but not too bad. There must be some lines on the roof from the underneath from the headliner that's molded in. It may not show up here, but there's a couple of ridges in the paint. Looks like a couple of smooth spots running across the paint there. It's hard to notice it on the camera. But I'm just going to brush some Future on it and then start with the decals and the chrome trim. So I've been putting the chrome trim on. A few days ago I did a Molotow marker here on these trim lines. Today I've been gluing on the chrome trim pieces like the doorknob here, the trim on the hood, putting the headlights in and the marker lights here, just chrome panels, the doorknobs, the trunk release, and the license plate bracket. As you can see, I've got a picture of the tail lights. I've taken a Molotow marker and done chrome around the red tail lights, and I'll be gluing those on the back. So it's kind of a slow, tedious process, but we're getting there. Well, I'm nearing completion on this 48 Ford police car kit. I had quite a time getting the tub in. With the windows in, the dash didn't want to go in tight up behind the windows, and I had to shave a lot off of the dash, and especially at the two end points of the dash here and at the other side, I had to shave that down quite a bit to get the tub up inside to where it belonged. And I kept knocking off the license plate bracket at the back and the little searchlight that goes on here. That has to go back on. I've put the siren on the roof instead of on the fender. I thought it looked more appropriate there. Now I've just attached the chassis underneath. When I pushed it in, the radiator was pushing against this front piece here and keeping the back of the chassis from going up inside. So I had to shave off some from the front of the radiator here to get that in. I couldn't find any glue points underneath here to attach the chassis to the body, so I tried to rub some glue in there where I could. It's not very clear in the instructions, and it's hard to see where things are touching. But I managed to get that together. I think it's holding now. The tires are really loose. As soon as you put them on, you lift it up, they just fall straight off. So I'm going to have to glue them on as well, which I kind of like to have them rolling if possible, but that's okay. It's not going to roll away on me. It's unfortunate because everything seemed to fit together so well. I guess these radiator hoses here should be cut back about 1 millimeter. Bring the radiator back, and then the chassis would fit in, angle in. Where am I? Angle in like this. A lot better. The radiator was keeping it from going in. Anyway, it looks good when it's finished. It's a lot of handling. I'm worried about scratching or marking the black paint. It's hard to keep it clean, with all the handling and so on that I've been doing, and it's just craft paint, water-based craft paint, so it's not a tough finish. But I put a couple of more light coats of Future over it. So once this is all together, the hood and the wheels get on, I'll be putting the decals on.